congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Come out of nowhere. We spoke to you a couple of weeks ago when we first moved in here, but now, Fred Magee M.B.E, how's that sound? Does it sound weird? Is it sunk in?
It's very, very hard to get used to, Matt. You know what? At first, I think I've already said it on recording before. I thought this was a joke, an absolute joke, because I thought it was our boys playing a prank. Why would they give a football secretary of the Welders or any other club here for an MBE when other people are doing a lot more worthwhile jobs? But after 2 weeks, I had to think this was. The worrying part for me was I knew in the end of November, and we weren't allowed to mention it until January 1.
Yeah.
And that was hard for me because even my girls, my daughters, were ready to go. Daddy, if we're going to Buckingham Palace, isn't that brilliant?
Get the suits out.
I still didn't believe. I said, some of the boys in the club act needs it here.
Yeah.
As time went on, I had to realise it was true. But I said, well, there you go. So it's a wonderful honour. And not just for me, obviously, what I've done, but for the club as well. I mean, and I'm 52 years this year on it. And I've enjoyed every minute of it. At the end of the day, it's a labour of love, something I enjoy doing. So to be honoured by other people for that is very, very gratifying, I think.
I mean, the comments have been flooding in all week since we announced it even, and all people, like all the local papers and all, been reporting it too as well. I'm sure your phone's been ringing off the hook, has it? It's
been going off the phone, social media, it's been up with things. I don't use Twitter that often, that's been going mad too.
Yeah.
It's been really from people, all the people here from the government offices have been in touch with me. Our own MP, Gavin Robinson's been on with me. The IFA have been on with me, the former chairmen and people from various committees I've sat on for many years. People I haven't seen in years are still sending messages to me, and it's very, very reassuring that out there it's a football world and people do appreciate what we're doing, and I feel very proud about that. I really do. It's proud for not for me, but for my family and for our club.
And obviously the big day is going to be coming up soon. Obviously we don't know when it's going to happen because of COVID. We're speaking to you today, but it's going to be I think it's going to be a nervous day for you, Freddie, going there and actually meeting the Queen and getting it actually officially sink in then.
I'm going to have nothing to do with it. My daughters have this all organised. I mean, I don't know where we're going. I've no idea, but they've told us it'll be put back because of COVID, but they'll be notified. We'll get 6 weeks notice. We're going to Buckingham Palace according to the letter we're getting. So my two girls have it all organised. Daddy have to wear the suit. Daddy have got to do the suit. I'll just turn up and let them do all the work.
You'll be treated like a king that day, no doubt.
Well, we're going for a couple of days. If it works out, if we are going to London, we'll go for a few days.
Brilliant.
My two daughters, my wife and Scott, my son-in-law, will all go together. I want to make it a weekend of it or whatever it is.
Yeah, 52 years, Fred. I mean, I'm sure you've seen a lot of people come, go, different things out the years. Is there anything that all stands out for you for the 50 years you've been doing this job? I mean, when I spoke to you a couple of years back, when I first came to the club, you said you were only here temporary. And you ended up being here 50 years.
That's right.
I'm sure.
Well, that was thanks to John Davis and asked me to help him out.
He's still here too.
He's the main treasure. He's the main man that got all this going. Obviously, him and myself done this, but it's been a labour of love. I keep saying that.
Is there any memories stand for you at all?
Wonderful memories. There's too many to cope, but I think my very first reaction will be the major trophy. From I came to this club as an amateur league team, we wanted to win the Steel and Sons Cup. It was the blue ribbon of football, and still is in intermediate football, and we won it twice. And I think the first win of that to me was quite a few of the old supporters who are now passed on, God love them. They were there to see that, and it was a great day to get it. To win the cup for the boys, for the club, was tremendous, and that'll always stick in my mind, probably as my very first big. We won many other trophies over the years, and intermediate cups as well, but the first Steel and Sons to me was the one that'll always stick in my mind.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen the club rise from amateur leagues right up to where we are now, and I'm sure in our proud moment, this I spoke to you a few weeks ago when we moved in here, and then the day when we named the lounge after you as well, that was probably another special moment up there for you too, would you agree?
Which is very, very, a tribute. It's beautiful to see it. I keep going about that. As I say, I'm still looking about it. Look at this, the sign up here, hospitality suite and everything else.
Yep.
Wonderful wee things that I thought. Obviously the work has gone on behind the scenes. I think on the MBE, but the one thing that really fooled me was when I began to believe it, as people started to talk to from January the 1st went on, it turned out that people that I knew very well, I knew all about it for maybe 2 years before I did. For example, my good colleague David White said, knew all about it, told me nothing, obviously couldn't, and quite a few other good friends of mine all knew about it. weren't allowed to tell you.
No.
And that part of the me, I said, how did they keep that a secret from me? But they did. But
it was worth it in the end, wasn't it?
Well, yes, all the time. Looking at it now, I mean, it's, as I said before in the last interview, I would die happy. I don't want to die here, but I would die happy now. What I've seen here and getting an honour for me on behalf of the club is something very, very fulfilling to me.
Well, Freddie, from everybody at Welders and obviously everybody across the whole Northern Ireland football, thank you for everything you've done, all your contributions to everything, from Harnham Welders, the Northern Ireland football team, everything you've done, all the things you've done for me as well. Thank you very much. And again, it's an absolute honour to call you Mr. M.B.E. now.
I can't get used to it.
Well, listen, Freddie, congratulations from everybody.
Thank you very much, Matthew. Much
enjoy your day
appreciated.
at, I can tell Her Majesty the Queen.
Whenever it is, I will indeed.
Tell everybody at the Welders says hello.
Thanks, Matt. Thank you very much.